So lost in all the hype, lost in all the talk about all the guys that ARBER XHEKAJ is absolutely ragdolling, Zack, Kassian, Massacott, Austin Watson, whoever you want, all the people saying, oh, well, wait till he faces a real NHL tough guy. Bang, you got your answer with Austin Watson and Zack Kassian, two of the toughest in the business, okay? But lost in all the hype about that, and lost in all the hype of, hey, this kid who came from Costco, was working at Costco less than 2 years ago, all of a sudden playing in the NHL, and a fan favorite for the richest historic franchise in all of hockey. Lost in all of that is how big of a steal ARBER XHEKAJ is. Okay, was this kid drafted first overall? Was he drafted 10th overall? Was he even a 4th or 5th round pick? Nope. ARBER XHEKAJ is undrafted. Okay, he didn't even get to put on a jersey on the draft floor for the Montreal Canadiens or anybody. Okay, they just signed him. And to me, that is such a steal for the Montreal Canadiens brass, because this kid, I'm tired of people saying that he's the NHL's new tough guy, the new Knuckles, the muscles of the NHL. Dude, the kid's a good hockey player. Don't undermine what he can do on the ice. He's pretty mobile. He makes some pretty good decisions with the puck. He's good at boxing guys out. He's a good defender. He's got good feet. Like, he's a good player. He's not just a fighter. This isn't Brian McGrattan reincarnated here. He can play. So he's a steal, not just that he's going to protect guys like Caufield, guys like Nick Suzuki. Trust me, teams are going to be thinking twice about taking runs at those guys when ARBER gigantic hands XHEKAJ coming down the pipe there. Trust me on that one. He's more than that, okay? He can provide some offense. Scored his first NHL goal the other night. He can produce. He moves pucks up quick. Like, he can play the puck well. For me, for a defenseman, a big thing that I gauge in the NHL and even in my own leagues when I play is I want a D-man who can make a good first pass to break out in the zone. And I feel like ARBER can do that. He can make good first passes to break out of the zone. He's not a turnover machine, which is also huge. Like, I've seen so many of those in the NHL. So to me, this guy's such a steal. And to be undrafted, man, I don't get it. Maybe, yes, he was raw when the Habs took a chance on him, and teams were a little bit skeptical about that, or I don't know what else was going on, the whole Costco story, but he doesn't seem to have an attitude problem. Like, I don't think you could come out and say that. Like, he seems to be a really good kid, seems to be gelling with the rest of the team, very respectful, never gets in over his head. Dude, he knows all the Habs fans love him. He's like the new fan favorite of the Montreal Canadiens, and he's not really letting it get to his head. He's staying humble, staying grounded, staying down to earth. That's a big part of being an NHL player. Like, I've seen guys who just go to the sky as far as ego, and it comes back to bite them. Seriously. So you need a guy who's grounded, and that's also part of us being a steal, is the kind of character person you have. Not just the type of 360 spin move through the legs that they can do on the ice. It's the person as well that makes a gigantic difference for an NHL player. And it feels like the Habs got a steal in that department as well. Like, this guy was a tryout, walked on as a tryout to Habs camp and earned a contract, and now is earning basically a full-time spot. Like, this guy's indispensable, man. Marinero was talking about it the other day on BPM Spal with Zick. Like, how can you justify not having this guy with the big club? I don't see it. And I mean, again, it's not just for protection. He's not a bodyguard for the Montreal Canadiens. He can be, but he can also play. And where would you rank him? Like, let's be real. The best defenseman on the team is Caden Gooley, bar none. Like, that's just how it is right now. ARBER XHEKAJ, top 3, top 4? Like, where would you rank him as far as defensemen on the Habs? I think he's definitely top 3 right now on the team as far as best defenseman. And again, with the rookies, you got to be mindful. I'm sure you heard of it, the rookie wall, where rookies are not used to playing 82 games in the hardest league in the world. They hit a wall, and it gets tough about halfway through the season. And we'll see what happens with ARBER. As a defenseman, it's even tougher. But keep in mind that the kid's not 18, okay? He's not like, just hitting puberty and now he's got to play in the NHL. Like, the dude has some years on him. He's 21, I believe. I'm just checking that right now. Yeah, he's 21 until January. So, look, he's not old. Like, he's not like 25-year-old competing for the Calder Trophy looking at you, Michael Bunting. But he's also not 18 where you're like, ooh, this is a kid, man. Should we be playing him in the NHL full time? So he's in that really good middle ground, and I just think this is such a steal. It's going to continue to compound. Now, is this guy going to be Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar? No, he's not going to be those guys. But I think he could absolutely be a very, very serviceable number 3, number 4 defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens for the future here. I think that. Like, if ARBER XHEKAJ on a good team is your 4th defenseman, or your even 3rd defenseman, depending on what he caps out for his potential, I think you're pretty set. If he's your number 4 in a perfect world, I think that's great. But he's got higher potential than people who just think he's a meathead that you throw out for 2 minutes a night to go fight. Like, he can play. Give him some more credit. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. As usual, I want to hear it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.